Thank you for stopping by to check out our latest video. Please give the video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Okay, let's jump right in.
The release of the next generation consoles is just around the corner. Both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are slated to be released this holiday 2020, which means sometime around the last quarter of this year. In fact, Microsoft has made it known that fans can expect the Xbox Series X this November, with no exact launch date just yet. Microsoft and Sony have been promoting their brands, their consoles, and the games that will come with it over the past few months. Some people have been won over by Sony, while some have been leaning more towards Microsoft's interesting new directive. With that said, which console is best for you as a gamer? Let's talk about it. Despite which console you're already currently leaning more towards, you cannot deny the impressive aspects both consoles bring. Both consoles are very powerful, with each having an edge on one aspect or more over the other. Since both the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5's specs have already been discussed to oblivion at this point, let's talk about the other things, both the good and the bad, about these consoles, so we can gauge which one is really the best console for you, according to your gaming preferences. Let's first discuss Microsoft's most powerful console to date. While the console has a lot of impressive aspects on paper, what's impressive about Microsoft's next generation is their other services. Microsoft's service integration is one of its biggest strengths, which is probably why they've been marketing it so heavily. The Xbox Game Pass is one of the cheapest ways to have access to a massive library of amazing games. For just about $10 a month, Microsoft players have access to over 100 top-notch games, and this includes the upcoming major titles that were shown on the Xbox Games Showcase, such as Halo Infinite, Hellblade 2, as well as Forza. Those who play on an Xbox and a PC will surely find Xbox's upcoming streaming services helpful, as it will allow them to play on different platforms seamlessly. And yes, this includes the Xbox Series X once it launches. The Xbox Series X is also noteworthy for its backwards compatibility. Microsoft has always won this aspect, even with their previous console. It is reported that the Series X will support all the games that are playable currently on the Xbox One. Microsoft is even going as far as to allow backwards compatibility not just with their games, but also their accessories as well. If you have an Xbox One, you'll be able to use the same peripherals you have on the Xbox Series X. One aspect Microsoft has always fallen behind with is their software exclusives. While they've had pretty impressive titles, when it comes to exclusives, Microsoft seems to always fall behind its competitor, which we'll get into in a second. Microsoft is, however, slating to have a few upcoming exclusives that look impressive and exciting, to say the least. Some noteworthy upcoming exclusives are State of Decay 3, Medium, Halo Infinite, Avowed, and Fable, to name a few. With this, perhaps Microsoft is planning to catch up with their exclusives. But given the astounding titles that are in their competitors' arsenal, maybe this is one aspect Microsoft will still fall behind in the foreseeable future. We also must point out that at the launch of the Xbox Series X this fall, the system's most coveted exclusive, Halo Infinite, unfortunately will not be available as was intended, as the game has been delayed indefinitely until sometime in 2021. In addition, another aspect gamers look for in their consoles nowadays is VR compatibility. Sadly, Microsoft seems to not want no parts of this, at least at the moment. With that said, let's turn to the console on the other corner, the PlayStation 5. First and foremost, Sony is the king of the hill when it comes to software exclusives. The PlayStation 4 alone has brought us some of the best games in history. God of War in 2018, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us Part 2, Bloodborne, Uncharted 4, and just recently Ghost of Tsushima. These are just some of the many PlayStation 4 exclusives that went on to win multiple Game of the Year awards. Sony's exclusives are almost always critical and commercial successes, and considering the quality of these games, that comes as no surprise. The PlayStation 5 is also looking to have pretty amazing exclusive games that will come with the console or launch next year. Horizon Zero Dawn 2 Forbidden West is already gaining massive attention. Spider-Man Miles Morales is also a highly anticipated follow-up this fall. Other noteworthy exclusives that people are also dying to get their hands on are games like the Demon's Souls remake, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Returnal, Ghostwire Tokyo, Godfall, and Project Athia. The PlayStation 5 is also now integrating backwards compatibility, an aspect that was notably missing with the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 5's new controller, the DualSense, is also generating buzz. Its most prominent feature that we know of as for now is its incredible haptic feedback. Players will be able to feel total immersion with the PlayStation 5's controller, as it will allow them to feel in-game actions such as the pull of a bowstring. In addition, the PlayStation VR, which was introduced with the PlayStation 4, will also be carried over to the PlayStation 5 with an enhanced version. We can only imagine for now how amazing it will be to play VR games alongside the DualSense controller. When it comes to online services, at the moment, Sony can't hold a candle to Microsoft's xCloud service, which is bundled now with Game Pass, allowing users the ability to play their favorite games from almost anywhere, just as long as there is Wi-Fi and/or a network connection with either 4G or 5G. Both consoles have their own pros and cons. Microsoft's online and streaming services are worthy of praise. This is perfect for gamers who want to play on multiple platforms at once, including the Xbox Series X. But then again, you don't need an Xbox Series X to access these services. If you have a powerful PC, you can just opt out for that. However, if you're exclusively an Xbox player or are planning to purchase the Xbox Series X, you'll be happy to know that you'll gain access to these services while being able to play on a very powerful system. Sony's upper hand, unsurprisingly, is the quality of exclusive games they have in their arsenal. At the end of the day, we as gamers play games. Whichever you choose, you will have an amazing time as a gamer. If you have enough resources, you could even opt for buying both consoles and get the best of both worlds. However, if you're only buying one, consider the strengths and weaknesses of both consoles and see which matters to you the most. In the meantime, be sure to let us know in the comments section which next generation console you're more leaning towards. And there you have it.
Thank you so much for checking out our video. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like and be sure to subscribe and also hit that notification button to be updated on our latest videos.